Maybe you've got a Dualit toaster and it's failed, and the symptom is that it won't stay down anymore. No matter what you do with the controls, it just refuses to stay down. It's plugged in, it's switched on, but no light comes on. It just seems to be completely dead. If that's the case, then this may be a solution to the problem. This Dualit toaster is not one that is repairable by Dualit. It's one of the cheaper ones. It's a model DLT2PA on the base plate, and Dualit don't offer a repair service. But you may be able to fix it. Make sure first of all you've unplugged it, and then remove 4 screws from the base of the device. Okay, put them in a safe place, and then the only other thing you need to do is to unscrew this black knob, and then you should be able to lift the top completely clear of the works. Just be careful because there is a cable still connected just here. Put that to one side. Now if we turn the toaster around, we can see on this side there is a protective shield clipped to the side of the toaster, and underneath here there is an over temperature protection device, and if this fails, it fails once and that's it. It won't reset, and it interrupts the main supply to the toaster. And basically it's a protection device so that if the toaster gets very hot, it switches off and avoids a fire. So if that device has failed, it's fairly easy to check. First of all, we'll just expose it. You have to just twist this little tag slightly, and then maybe take this blue wire out of its little clips so we can get to it more easily, and then slide this protective shield back along the wire, and here's the protection device, and it has some very small writing on it, but if you study it, it says that it's a device that operates at 184 degrees centigrade, and if you have some way of checking it with a meter, you can see whether it is open circuit, i.e. it's failed, or whether it's still making contact. If it's still showing a very low resistance, then that is not the cause of the problem. So I'm just going to check this device now. I've got a little meter that measures resistance. It's on the 200 ohm range. If I put it across here, it should show practically nothing, but it's not. It's open circuit, this device. If you just check, if I put that on there, then fine, that shows very low resistance, but across this device it's a very high impedance. I can even put it on the 2 megohm range and it's still open circuit. So this is the device that's failed and we need to replace it. You can buy these devices quite cheaply on eBay. They only cost £1 or £2 each, and you can get them with some little crimping devices to save you having to do any soldering, so that makes the job quite a lot easier. So now we've got to cut out the old one and fit the new one. So I'm just going to cut out the old device, just cut it just where it meets the wire. And then we just have to strip back this wire a bit, so take care not to cut out too much wire, otherwise you might end up with it being too short. If you haven't got any strippers, you might have to just do this carefully with a knife. So now I'm going to crimp on the little fixings onto the wires. You just need a pair of pliers to squash that. Squashes quite easily. Make sure you've got a secure joint. Put the little crimping device onto the wire. Make sure you've not got any stray bits of wire hanging out, and then just squash it on. It's quite soft. Check that that's secure, and then it's just a case of doing the same with the new component. Squash it on firmly, both ends. Maybe I just need to trim a little bit off this device because the leads are quite long. There we are. Needs a bit of a tighter crimp to stay on here. That's better. Yep, that's secure. So if you're happy now that that is a secure joint each end, you can slide the protective sleeve back over the device. And then we have to clip this back onto the side of the toaster near the element, which is the important part. And the temperature sensing device, which is the fat bit under here, should be just the part in contact with this little clip, so you can feel where that is. It's just about there, so that's where we're going to clip it on. And we just need to give that a twist to secure it in place. Yep, and we need to tuck this wire into this little channel here. Like that, and like that. And there we are. With a bit of luck, the toaster will now work. Time for a road test. First job then is to pop the cover back on. Just got to get that put the screws back in. Okay, now the moment of truth. First of all, we have to plug in. Plug in and let's try it. Yes, it's now working. Bravo!